up, y'all? It's your girl Brish Latrice. I am here to show y'all how to mold your hair into a nice sleek ponytail. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your oil sheen and you're gonna saturate the hair. After you saturate the hair with the oil sheen, you're gonna start your pressing process. I use oil sheen. It's kind of like a substitute of like pressing oil. It works just as well. Like I said, make sure it's nice and saturated. Once it's nice and saturated, start pressing them edges out. After you get done pressing the whole head, you're gonna go into your flat ironing. Me personally, I do not take super large sections. No, I'm sorry, I do not take super small sections, because once I already pressed it out, it's really, you know, I don't have to do too much with the flat iron. So I take probably about 2 inches of a section when I'm flat ironing. After I do that, I am going to comb her hair up into a ponytail. At the top of her head, she's getting a high ponytail with curly hair with 2 pieces in the front. Make sure everything is going in the direction you want it to go so you're prepared to mold and add the product we're going to be using. After I pull her hair up into a ponytail, I am going to brush her edges out with my edge brush. So when I'm doing the edges, I do 2 swoops. So I do 1 on each side where the temples are. I do her sideburns, and then I do the 2 little neck pieces in the back. Not everybody wants the little neck, little curls back there, but for some people it works better because a lot of people be having like a lot of neck hairs and stuff. So if you try to mold that up into the ponytail, sometimes it looks a little funny. She has a lot of like neck hair, like baby hair, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. So we decided to leave that out. So of course we all know what product this is. We're using the Got2b spray. I always start at the nape and I always spray and then I smooth it out. Spray a little more and then I go behind it with my blow dryer and also my edge brush. I use the edge brush because it kind of slicks everything up, especially the smaller hairs around the edges. For a client who has thicker hair, I would still use the edge brush around the edges, and then I will go in with like a hard or even a softer brush, a bigger brush, and do the remaining of the hair. Sometimes I do use the edge brush the whole time. Edge brush and a comb. So as I spray, I smooth, then I blow dry. For each section that you do, you gotta make sure the section is dry, because if it's still wet with the product, for some clients, depending on their hair, it will wave back up. Honestly, I'm not really stingy when it comes to using a Got2b. I use a lot of Got2b and I use a lot of oil sheen. The oil sheen kind of helps it from flaking or turning white. So throughout the video, you will see me spraying oil sheen after I use the Got2b, just to get that shine and to prevent any whiteness or flakiness. When I get to like the middle part, like of her head, I like open up the hair and spray Got2b with like in between. So like I'm not just spraying the top coat of the hair. I'm saturating it throughout. That way, when I go in with the blow dryer, everything that's underneath that top layer of hair lays down as well, and it's not, when I go and put it in a ponytail, it's not bulking up, if that makes sense. I hope I explained that right. This is me showing y'all how I do it. So I kind of separate the hair spray in between, and then I also go in with my small tooth comb and comb it upwards, just to make sure everything is nice and smooth, so when I blow dry it, I won't have no problems. FYI, I do use the cool setting on the blow dryer instead of the warm setting, because when you're trying to take your time with molding, when you use the warm setting, it dries the product quicker, and sometimes it do turn it white. So I always use the cool setting in the beginning, and like when I'm pretty much almost finished with the ponytail, like doing my finishing touches, I would use the warm setting, like as I'm putting it into the ponytail, just to make sure everything is dry. So this is the part where I start going in with the warm setting on the blow dryer, because I'm getting ready to secure her ponytail. When I secure her ponytail, I only use 3, maybe 4, depending on how thick the hair is. Rubber bands, I use like the larger size. You always want to ask your client after you secure the ponytail, is it too tight? Is it any pulling or tension anywhere? Before you proceed with anything else, because if a ponytail is too tight, it's a possibility the client can get a bald spot, and nobody want a bald spot in the middle of their head. So always ask, is it too tight? Is it pulling? Before you proceed to add the hair. I would say especially for low ponytails, because in the nape, when the hair is pulling, that's very uncomfortable. So I'm just making sure it is in the middle of her head before I proceed with anything else. Spraying my Got2b, give it that last little coating. Well, this probably won't be the last coat, but you know what I mean. Going in with the warm setting, smoothing everything with my hand. And make sure everything is dry. That's where the warm setting helps. Now let's me, is that oil sheen? It might be oil sheen. So you do your Got2b, you do your oil sheen at the end. You're gonna curl the baby hairs. I already added the hair. That I will do another video on how I do like the base of the ponytail to make sure it's nice and secure. So I'm just gonna style her, cut it up, make it look nice. So you just see me use the Ericka J wax sticks. When I say that wax stick is so bomb, like really all of her products is bomb, but that wax stick gets the job done. It lays down them flyaways, you know, make it look sleek and that's always the goal. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.